How are we doing, guys? Back on the Speedway channel, and I've got a very special guest. Come on, introduce yourself, mister.
You alright, Kieran?
Hi there, how are you? My name is Josh.
Yes, Josh. And what are you interested? We'll start off with your big game tonight. Obviously, Josh is a rugby fan. So, do you wanna? I tell you what. Do you wanna tell the subscribers what you told me about the ref? About the ref last week. Well, on, guys, we'll get into the Speedway in a minute.
I think he is a bit of a Scottish idiot.
So yeah, that was obviously that, and tonight you've got a fairly big game, haven't you? You've got Newcastle away.
I feel like we are going to lose.
Yeah, you're sort of like, when I've watched you this season, you sort of struggled a bit. Like the game against Leicester, you were absolutely shocking. Like honestly, that was one of the worst games I've seen you play this season, in my opinion. Yeah, it was.
Crap.
Yeah, it was crap. Like, but yeah, like, I hope you lot don't lose tonight. Just like, I hope my cricket team don't lose either. But what are you going for? Is this like your prediction?
I think I'm going 38-29.
Fair. Fair. So that's Josh's rugby part of the Speedway chat. Right, last night, right, we'll start off with obviously the host. It was lovely to see Samuel actually in person and not actually do a podcast on an Instagram FaceTime, because that's what we usually do and stuff. But the meeting itself was really good for Ipswich. Ipswich were good, are a very good team this year. Like, they look very solid, 1-7. I mean, if you want me to be brutally honest, I don't think Leicester got out the gates quick enough. The first few heats, heat one really showed. Too slow at the start. And if you're going to give that room to Doyle, you know what's going to happen. not Sheffield. Ipswich are just going to take control, and they did for most of that meeting last night, apart from Heat 10, where Leicester decided to actually get their gating gloves on and actually gate properly to get it level, and apart from that, it was really one-way traffic. I always felt going into the meeting Ipswich were going to be the strongest side and that, and it proved it on track last night. Obviously, so for Leicester you had Max Frick, he only scored 6. Luke Becker, he did really well for Leicester, he was like their man of the match, he scored 12. Ryan Douglas, yeah, he's in my fantasy team, he did crap. 5. I love Dougie, but his performance was crap. The same with Kyle Howarth, he was dreadful. Sam Masters did alright, 10. Drew Kemp could have done better at reserve, in my opinion, he only scored 3. And then Sam Hagan, I'm not gonna go too hard on Sam Hagan because he's a young rider. And yeah, right, Ipswich, they were just good throughout the whole entire meeting. Like, you look at how they're scoring points and stuff, it was pretty simple. Like, as soon as Doyle or Seyfriedenoff weren't winning races, you had Brennan, your mate Brennan, winning races and stuff. Or you literally had like Adam Ellis winning one race, I think it was, and stuff. But for Ipswich, Jordan Jenkins at reserve scored 5. Dan Thompson, I've got him in my fantasy team, he scored me 5. Emil Seyfriedenoff scored 11. He was fast. Your mate Tom Brennan scored 8. He rode really well last night. I thought he was excellent. Adam Ellis, he had a crash in Heat 3. Luckily, he walked away. That's why that F's there, if you're wondering what that means.
Good.
Yeah, the F means fell, in other words. And then, yeah, he scored 5. Danny King scored 6. And Jason Doyle, or as I'd like to call him, Dollar Doyle, scored 9. He packed up in Heat 15 last night. And yeah, so me and Sam are going to properly go in depth on the pod later. And yeah, it was a really good meeting. We'll see what Sam has to say. I've been Kieran, that's been my man Josh. Oh yeah, mention show. Yeah, go on. Go on, you can get that in there.
I did a show on Sunday, I did 11 dances, plus singing and signing and a speech.
Yeah, so that's what Josh did. He did really well, to be fair, I'm proud of him. And yeah, that is the pod. I've been Kieran, that's been my man Josh, and he's got one more for
At the beginning I was crapping myself because I never spoke to 300 people.
mental. It was mental. But yeah, I've been Kieran, that's been my man Josh. See you lot later, guys. Out of here.